Right, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. Chodesh Tov, a good Chodesh to everybody. We should see big Yeshuas in Mitzvah Shem this month, right? We should see big Yeshuas, big salvation this month. We're waiting for that, and the biggest salvation will be as all our captives come home safely, along with all our soldiers. That'll be the greatest Yeshua, right?
Yeah, I saw a thing on one of the Rosh Yeshivas from Lakewood.
Yeah.
Coming out against this big demonstration today. He says that's not Jewish. That's not what we should be doing. He says we should be davening. We should be crying out to Hashem.
Listen, I don't know which Rosh Yeshiva it is, but when all Jews from all over are getting together to go to do something, don't talk against it. Don't talk against it.
And they could be praying. They're yelling to Hashem.
There's no reason to talk against it.
And even if you sit and pray, I'm sure a lot of people that if they didn't go to the demonstration, they would just be watching TV.
That's right. They're doing something. They listen.
All right. And another.
Maybe don't pay attention to that Rosh Yeshiva. No, really, because again, he's just stirring trouble. Why? We have Achdus now in Klal Yisrael. Right. So why is someone coming to try to stir that Achdus? Right. To separate it.
Well, because that's what the.
No, I understand, but that's what I'm trying to say. Let's.
On the other side, I got a real problem with all these Jews coming together.
I don't want to say he's on the other side, but
No, sometimes.
I don't know who he is. But again, it's just the idea that everyone, all the Rabbanim, all together, from all the different kehilos, from all over Amedi, all decided they want to do this.
They all said, yeah.
So why one person should go talk against all of them? That's something to be wary of. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Right.
And I don't know who he is. I don't want to know who he is. But that's just in general. So we were talking about coffee before, So there's a cute story. It's actually it's in the Yalkut Kedushas Levi. In the Yalkut, he has a little thing in the back of Kedushas Levi. He has a story that's recorded from the Kedushas Levi that the Noam Elimelech was the student of the Kedushas Levi. Do you know that?
I think so, yes.
The Noam Elimelech Milazhensk was a student of the Kedushas Levi. Ad Kedei Kach that he spent an hour a day thanking the Rabbeinu Shalom. This is the Noam Elimelech for giving him a Rebbe like Kedushas Levi. Could you believe that? That's how much he loved his Rebbe. He spent an hour a day thanking Hashem for giving him such a Rebbe. So listen to what happened. And one day, Kedushas Levi traveled to Lezhensk. He went for Bardishev in the Ukraine, right? Yossi, that's a long trip, right? By car, if you did it today by car, it would probably be about 12 to 15 hours. Okay, by car today, on somewhat roads, okay? So back then, who knows how long it took, right? So the Kedushas Levi gets to the house of the Noam Elimelech and he knocks on his door. And the Noam Elimelech came to the door. Could you imagine his face when he sees his Rebbe standing there? You didn't get an email, a fax, a text message, the Rebbe's coming. You just showed up. He had no idea. So he got out of his, he calls the Rebbe into the house. Of course, he invites his Rebbe in. He sits him down. He says, Rebbe, can I make you a coffee? He says, sure, I'll have a coffee. Yeah. So the Noam Elimelech goes and he boils up water. And he's going to put the coffee in the cup. And the Rebbe says, no. Medaf legen aran koidim the milk. Put in first the milk.
Okay.
So the Noam Elimelech said, okay, I'll put in the milk. Okay. So he puts in the milk. And then he puts the coffee in. Okay, fine. And he asks him, but Rebbe, can you tell me why I have to put the milk in first? In Yiddish, a coffee is a kave. Kave, which is kuf vav hey. That's how you write it in Yiddish, okay? So the Rebbe says if you take the milk and you put the milk in the front, the milk is with a mem, right? Milk is with a mem. So you take the mem, kuf vav hey, what do you have? Mikveh. So someone said to me, yeah, but really, milk is really chalav. I said, okay, fine. What's the gematria of chalav? 40. Man,
Right.
works either way. So yeah, Yossi, see, in coffee there's a lot of things going on.
Rebbe is bring this out.
Yeah. They bring, yeah. Baruch Hashem. All right, so today we're going to continue our lesson in Likutey Halachos, Birchas HaShachar, and we're in Halacha Gimel Yud Zayin. Okay. All right. So now we were talking yesterday about Chanukah, about what's the whole thing of Chanukah is to bring the Or Emes into the world, right? The true light into the world, the light of truth, right? The real truth in the world. Not like Shalom said yesterday, everyone says, I have my truth and you have your truth. Right? There's the truth of a Rebbeinu Shalom. Hashem Echad U'Shema Echad. That's the truth. To bring that truth into the world and the truth that we are the chosen people. And not like the Christians and the other ones say that, we were chosen, but then, Hashem got rid of us and then they're the chosen ones, right? Right? All of that nonsense, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the Torah and we are His chosen people and the world will know that. The world will know that. And Chanukah, the light, we learned the 8 days of Chanukah connected to the 8 Emes. We say 8 Emes after the Shema Yisrael, right? After Shema and Shacharis, right? The 8, okay? And that's the 8 truths of the world. All right, so today we're going to go on. And now we're talking about Chanukah, so we'll talk about things with Chanukah and the Parshias of Chanukah, what we read on Chanukah. So here we go. Yosef was sold to be what? An Eved, slave. Wow. He was the prince, right?
He was a prince.
He was the prince and they sold him to be a slave. See that? See how that story works? What? Not funny.
No.
Now that you know, now that you learned so much, you see, wow, look what happened over here.
The prince was sold as a slave.
Yeah. Okay, la'evet nimka Yosef. Anu kairim beparshis shel mechiras Yosef udulosai achakach b'yemei Chanukah. So we read about Yosef being sold, and how he was raised up to be the viceroy, over Egypt, which was the global power at that time, right? He was the viceroy over the global power, right? Right?
As an Eved.
No, but he was sold as an Eved, but he came back to be the prince, right? He wasn't the king, he was the prince.
Right.
He's the prince, yeah.
See that? In the story, right? Sha'oz koirim al pi roiv parshas miketz, ulefamim parshas vayeshev, she'elu ha-parshas medabrim in Yosef. So on Chanukah, you'll always find 95% of the time we read Parshas Miketz on Chanukah, Miketz. Sometimes, depending on the Parshas, the way when Shmini Atzeres was and what day and the weeks and all of that, someday it'll be Parshas Vayeshev. But it's very, very seldom.
Sometimes you do twice. Sometimes you do both.
What do you mean? Oh, there's two Shabbosim, yeah. That's yeah. We don't have that this year. When is the first candle this year?
It's Motzei Shabbat. I mean it's Friday night.
Friday night?
Yeah.
So we do have two. So we have two this week. Yeah, this year. Wow, see that? I thought so. Ki kol inyan mechiras Yosef hu nimshach miyasoid ha'maisa shel ben hamelach shenechlav. The whole idea of Yosef HaTzadik, that whole story with Yosef being sold, came from. It's attached to. It was with this story of the king, of the prince being exchanged with the servant. Shemisham kol al bilbulim v'hamachleikis shabaylam masher harishoyim oimdim kineged hatzadikim. The fact that the Rishayim, the wicked ones, stand up against the righteous ones. Right? That's what we experience now in the world, right? The wicked ones stand up against the righteous ones, right?
The non-Jew.
Right. 300,000, someone told me yesterday, 300,000 these Rishayim marched through London in the Jewish areas, right? 300,000. And could you imagine what that looks like?
No.
That's what happened. Did you hear about that?
No.
And they were throwing paint on the Jewish houses. Yeah. Unbelievable. Va'akum kineged klal Yisrael. And the Gentiles, the Akum, the nations of the world, let's call them the nations of the world, against klal Yisrael. That's what we're experiencing right now, right? V'chol elu hacholkim ala emes nidme lahem. Because they all, why? Because they think they have the truth. They really believe they have the truth. They believe they're true. They have the truth. They believe it.
They're arrogant.
They think they're the main ones. They're the important ones. And what are we? We're just we're the servants. We're nothing. As if Hashem wants them to be the kings. Hashem wants them to be the true leaders. On some level, it's true, right? On some level, because they are the ruler at the time, right? So on some level, Hashem does have the Ratzon, but that's not, but we're supposed to see right through that. And they're supposed to understand that really we are the ones that Hashem just put them in that position to help us. Umizgoyim umishtarim al amdal akisherim bechinam. V'roitzim ligorsha min ha'olam. Isn't that amazing, Yossi? Hear these words? They're just coming against us for nothing, for naught, for no reason. They just want to expel us from the world. Right? What they say from the sea to the what was it? What are they saying?
River to the sea.
The river to the sea. Yeah. But what is that? Is that what?
Such a good little nigga. Even I sometimes want to, and they have a drum beat with it. River to.
No, but Yossi, look, if it writes him ligarshem in island.
Yeah.
What is that? What's
From the world.
what's the world? They don't do.
This is the part I don't understand. I mean, for 300,000 people to come out, to get off their couches, for this guy 2 nights ago to go take spray paint and go to my grandmother's, kever in Cleveland, it's his Halachos, right, to go ahead and to spray it. I mean, to be motivated enough to actually, you want to tell me in your heart, you want to say a bad word or something, but to actually,
To do something.
to actually do it, to be that.
They believe it. They're passionate.
But I'm telling you, I know these people, these guys, they are only passionate, the Cleveland Browns, the football team. They won or something. That's something they could, maybe get behind. And it hasn't happened, so, they don't get too passionate. It's silly, but it's evidence in terms of, really in terms of getting movement. To get someone to wake up and to do that. There are 300,000 people in England of their own problems and issues going on. And it's cold in England, and just to be passionate enough to do this, and even if not for nothing, the road seemed the Garshan.
Min ha'olam. Not even from the land. Min ha'olam.
It has to be something so supernatural, really, just to teach me and you a lesson. It has to be a Hashem.
Yeah.
I need to give you a patch, a wake-up call. But it makes no sense to me the way I know human nature. Why someone
We do that, right?
Yeah.
So many people.
I think we're so rich, you want to take our stuff. I understand.
Yossi, how about when I was in New York, there were 7,000 people on the Brooklyn Bridge chanting genocide to the Jews. 7,000 people in New York. 300,000 over there. Amazing. What's going on in Canada, right? This is mama's a lie. Right? Chas v'sholem v'Hashem lo yazvenu biyadam. Right? Like we sing on Chasal, right? We sing on Pesach, right? V'yishayamda, right? Hashem will not abandon us to them. Hashem will not. Hashem is going to help us. He always helped us. He always will help us. And we have to believe that. We have to believe that. And Baruch Hashem, our guys are doing a tremendous job, right? Baruch Hashem. Hashem should continue to help them, right? right? Baruch Hashem. Wow. All this comes back from this place of the chamber of exchange. That's where it all happens. They can believe that they have the right truth. What?
Why? Because how does that connect to chamber of exchange?
Eitz das toiv ra. Ra is toiv. Toiv is ra. What does the world tell you today? Anything that's good, they tell you is bad. Anything that's bad, they tell you is good. Right? Where did that idea come from? When he ate from that tree, that the mixture, it became, there was an iruvia, there was a mixture of good and bad. And that possibility of bad and good being mixed up and misconstrued.
Where did George Orwell take it from? Where did George Orwell take that from? 1984.
Yeah.
So he said the same thing. He said, good is bad, bad is good, war is peace, peace is war.
Yeah.
Love is hate, hate is love. He must have learned Breslov.
The Heichal Temurais, right? The Heichal Temur, that place of exchange. That's where it came about. That place of exchange came about from that chet, the sin of eating from that tree.
Heichal Temuro is in Gan Eden.
It's in Shemayim somewhere. I don't know if it's in Gan Eden, actually. I don't know where. I'm not sure where it is. I don't have the address. I don't know. But it's not, I don't know if it's a physical place. I don't know if it's an actual physical place. It is such a concept of Heichal Temura. I don't know. Again, it's not in this world. I don't have any idea. It's called the Heichal Temura. Okay, the chamber of exchange. But again, we have no concept of what it means in the next world where there's no physicality. Right? We understand things today as physical, right? Because we're finite beings. So we can understand physical. But in the next world, I don't understand.
The exchanges between the Shemot and the Shemot.
Yeah, wherever they are.
They're not physical.
Right, wherever they are, however that works. And that's how the world is upside down. The ones that are supposed to be low are high, and the ones that are supposed to be high are low. Upside down, literally. And the whole world is all confused. Rav Nassim was teaching us a prophecy here, right? And the whole world's confused. Even that Rosh Yeshiva, he was in here too. Yeah. Right? That Rosh Yeshiva that says they shouldn't go march. Right? He's in here too, right? Even between the tzaddikim, he's a Rosh Yeshiva. Yeah. He's a big, I'm sure he's a good guy. Right? Even there, they come and they're trying to, something. Right? There'll be machloikis bein talmidei chachamim. And they won't know what the truth is. They won't know what the truth is. Listen, if you study, anytime you ever went through any sugi and shots, right? Right? There's a machloikis tanoim, amoraim, right? Rishonim. So when it comes to a machlekes between the tzaddikim, we learned, you're not saying that one is right and one is wrong, right? Right?
Yes.
If there's a machlekes between tanoim, right? It's not saying that one tan is correct and the other one's wrong. No, they're both correct, but we paskin, how do you say paskin in English? What's paskin? Decide. We decide which one we're going to go follow. Right. But it's not to say that one is right and one is wrong. You understand? That's Elu ve'elu divrei elikim chayim, right? Both these and those are the words of the word of the living God, right? So it's not that one is right and one is wrong. They're both correct. But we just don't go like one. So between the tzaddikim, there's machlokes, and we don't know what the truth is. Even in the Gemara, we have a teiku. We don't know, right? They don't know. We don't know what the truth is. We don't know. Teiku. We have to wait till Mashiach comes, right? Okay. Mashiach. Shezeu bechinas machlokes bein Yosef va'achiv. And that's the idea of the machlokes, that there was the argument that was between Yosef and his brothers.
That also came from the Heichal Tamuros. They're saying, I'm good and I'm right, and I know that he's bad
Yeah.
news. We better get rid of him.
Yes.
He's saying,
Yes.
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 I'm trying to,
Yes.
They're both right. They both have their truths.
Yeah. Kulam hayu tzadikim gedolim, afa pichein machlokes gadol, ad shemochru es Yosef le'eved. They were all great people, right? All the 12 sons of Yaakov Avinu were all tzaddikim, right? All of them. They were all tzaddikim. Right? The Gemara even says that Binyamin never even sinned, right? He was one of the ones that never sinned, right? What a great tzaddik he was, right? He wasn't, right? Binyamin was one of the ones that never sinned. These were great people. These were not the simple people, right? We'll agree to that, Yossi, right?
Obviously, yeah, sure.
And yet there was still a machlek. There was something going on there. There was something going on. Ki amru she'enai ish emes, because they said she'enai ish emes v'lo yaminu b'chalai ma'isav u'ledabarav. They didn't listen. They didn't believe in his dreams and his words. What's this guy talking this nonsense? That's what they said. How could it be he'll bow down to the sun and the moon with his mother's, all of that stuff, right? All of that stuff. Ki savashu sheker chas v'shalom. They thought there was a sheker. They thought it was a lie. But it wasn't a lie. Yosef never lied. He told over what he told over, with the truth. Baal Cain machru, and therefore they sold him. Right? Why did they sell him? Because they thought that that's the right thing to do. Le'eved shuhu bechina sheker, and they sold him to be a slave, and that was false, right? Because again, Yosef had tzaddik. Yosef, but again, let's remember something. But look how HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent Yosef ahead, right? Because we had to go down into Egypt, and Yosef had laid the groundwork, right? He laid the road work for us to be successful in Mitzrayim, right? Yosef became the tzaddik in Mitzrayim.
It doesn't mean it was right that they sold him.
No, I understand, but this you see behind the scenes, how Hashem really orchestrated this whole thing. See, on the surface, man's doing it, on the surface. But really, what's behind all of that? That's Hashem controlling everything. Hashem was controlling everything, right? I saw one time in the Nesiv Shalom an amazing thing. The whole idea of maybe this will help you understand this idea. There were a lot of strange things going on with Yosef, right? That whole story. Why, for example, why did Yaakov Avinu make him the Ksainis Pasim? Why did he make him that colorful coat? Right? Why the Chazal say don't show favoritism to children, right? So why did Yaakov Avinu do that? Yosef Atzadik comes back and says, it tells over the Basam Ra, bad word about the brothers are not doing good to the father. Is that's not doesn't make sense, right? That's not a part of the character, right? So the Nesiv Shalom says an amazing thing. Hashem orchestrated all of these things to happen the way they happened in order for Yaakov Avinu to go down to Mitzrayim with Malchus, to go down to Mitzrayim in the Rolls Royce limousine. Because really, he was supposed to go down to Mitzrayim in chains. Really, Yaakov Avinu was supposed to go down as a prisoner to Mitzrayim. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, Yaakov Ahuvi, my beloved Yaakov, how can I send Yaakov down to Mitzrayim in chains? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu orchestrates this whole thing, this whole crazy story, this whole crazy thing, in order that Yaakov Avinu can go down to Mitzrayim and he can go down riding in luxury. It's amazing. Chodesh Tov, Yana.
I'll leave it in mine.
What?
I'll leave it in mine.
No, you're just on time. That's what you're here. You understand that, Yosef? Yosef, you understand?
It's nice that I can say that, I'm going to take my dear beloved Yosef and put him into the chains
to raise him
to
up.
help the toddler.
No, but ultimately it was to raise Yosef up to become the viceroy.
Everyone had to get what they had to get out of here.
Yeah. The same way we have to be in Mitzrayim, to come out of Mitzrayim, to be able to become the Am HaNivchar, right? We became the Am HaNivchar in Mitzrayim. Yosef HaTzadik went to Mitzrayim, he became the viceroy in Mitzrayim. Same thing.
So ideally, before the Heichal Tamuro, we're supposed to live in this place of bliss and yashar and tov. That's clear.
That's clear.
Okay. So now we do the Heichal Tamuro, and like that.
No, we did the
Eight Hadas.
Eight Hadas, right?
Changing good to bad, bad to good.
Yes.
And that's like changed us forever till today. And
Yes.
that wasn't necessarily part of the plan, so to speak, if I'm Hashem.
That was plan B. Plan A was they don't eat from the tree.
Like now that there's plan B, now that you did Heichal Tamuro, now that you're switching,
Yeah.
the whole algorithm changes.
Yes.
And we have this
Yeah.
until today, which is really part of the process. We're constantly trying to get back to.
Right.
I mean,
And what we're experiencing right now. What are we experiencing right now in the world? Is it not the same story?
It's, I guess it's what Rav Nachman was experiencing. Turns out that's what Yosef was experiencing.
And the same thing what we're experiencing today too here.
It turns out we're
Tavshin Pei Dalet, we're experiencing the same exact story right now. No, is it not true?
Yeah. I guess it's like, how do you break the cycle?
Huh?
How do you break the cycle?
Oh, when Mashiach comes. That's what we need Mashiach to come. To reset it. See, it got reset by Kabbalah Satorah. It got reset. The whole thing was canceled.
Oh,
We were fixed. Then we had the Ched Egel, it all came back again. It all came back again, right?
Yeah.
Right? The Malachim delivered us 2 crowns, right? Each one of us had 2 crowns. Everything was great.
Right.
Everything was great. We were the crown princes, right? The crown princes. Right? Unbelievable. Okay. Does that help you understand the Yossi? A little bit? Okay. I know you're having trouble because your name is Yosef, so you're having
Yeah,
trouble.
no, this is personal. Very personal. It's okay. And I'm on top.
There you go.
It'll take some time. Just be patient, guys.
Now, okay. Okay. Ve'echlifu hashita kilu chas v'shalom nishmasa yu bechinas eved chas v'shalom. And they changed the whole shita. They changed the whole thing. Everything got changed around to them to think that he was really supposed to be the servant. Unreal. And they really believed it. They really, the brothers truly, Mama, they believed what they was doing was correct. They believed it was right. They said that they sat down and made a Suda. Haidat Hashem. Right? After, when they sold him, they sat down and made a Suda. Because they did good. That's how bad it was. That's how bad this Heichal HaTamur is. Okay. And then the whole thing it progressed, right? The whole thing progressed, and then we wound up going down to Mitzrayim as well. And now we, the Jewish people, we were slaves to Parai in Mitzrayim. We became slaves. In order to to clarify who we really are, Hashem revealed to us who we truly are. In other words, we went into the Heichal HaTamura, we became the servant, even though we're not servants. We're the Am HaNivchar, right? But we were put in that situation to reveal who we really are. Hashem put us in the situation we are today, right now, to reveal who we truly are. Who we? Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting thing what Shalom just said, right? You know, when it came to Avram Avinu, and the Malach told them that they can destroy Sodom and Amorah, right? So Avram Avinu was having this whole conversation with Hashem, right? Well, maybe, are you going to destroy the tzaddikim with the righteous, with the wicked ones? Well, maybe there's 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, right? So many psukim. But when Hashem says to Avraham Avinu by the Bris Bein Absarim, he says to him, you should know that your children are going to be slaves to Mitzrayim, go down to Mitzrayim for 400 years. He says nothing. He says nothing. Wait a second. Sodom and Amorah, he's arguing for them. These are wicked people. And he's arguing to save them. But his own children, he says nothing. Why? You ever think of that?
No, that's a good point.
Because Avraham Avinu understood that we have to go down to Mitzrayim to get the Oisher. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said that we're going to go out, we're going to get the Rechush Gadol. The Rechush Gadol that we got was the Torah, not the money. What's our greatest treasure that we really have is the Torah. That's our greatest treasure. Avraham Avinu understood that we're not going to get the Torah. We can't get the Torah unless we're broken and we become the right people. Then we can earn the Torah. You understand? We have to earn it. And Avraham Avinu understood that Hashem is not putting us in Mitzrayim to punish us. He's putting us in Mitzrayim for us to experience the brokenness, to reveal who we truly are. That's what we're going through right now, right? And we have to be broken mamish in order to reveal who we truly are, right?
Right, yeah.
Were we broken on October 7th? Were we broken? We were broken, right? Were we broken? We were shattered, right? Not broken, shattered, correct? No?
No, were you shattered in the Holocaust?
Yes.
Okay, but this isn't a Holocaust. Were you shattered in the pogroms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you shattered in Mitzrayim?
But each time we prevail.
Yeah, I'm not worried about us being...
No, but that's the point. In other words, we don't do the right thing. So therefore Hashem puts us in a situation and tweaks it in a certain way to get us to maneuver us to do the right thing. Right? There was such arguments going on amongst Klal Yisrael, right? It was terrible. But Hashem doesn't want it. He wants us to have shalom, right? Right?
Cerebral war.
So HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, okay, listen, guys, you don't want to get this together right. I'll make it right for you. I'll make it right for you.
You're saying about the Holocaust, there was so much nega Torah and assimilation.
Right? And the Enlightened movement was crazy, right? What's going on in America today? 70% intermarriage rate, right? That's a worse Holocaust right now in America than there was in Nazi Germany. Worse. We're losing more Jews every day in America today than we lost in the Holocaust. Right now. Obviously, it's not so bad because, they're alive, they're nice to them, right? Everything, they have food, everything's good, right?
But that's what happened pre-Holocaust in
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Same exact thing.
It's serious carry, actually.
Right? It's the same, it's history repeating itself again. And then they're chanting in the streets, 7,000 people in New York, right? It used to be that they weren't so brazen, right? They would say free Palestine. Now, no, forget no. Genocide to the Jews. They're getting more brazen, right? That's more brazen, right? They didn't used to say that. They all felt it, right? They felt it, but they never said it, right? This is a new phenomenon.
No, they always said that. That's what we do. We do genocide.
Right.
Genocide to the Palestinians.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've been terrible at.
Oh, yeah.
Islam was terrible. They were under 1 million when we got here. They're now a few million.
160,000.
Like now in our own, we've been terrible at
Terrible to them.
genocide.
Terrible.
That's so now forget it. Just genocide to us.
Yeah. See that?
It's amazing to me again that they have something in them, in their DNA that allows them to go to this place.
Yeah.
They're They're not so. It's just such.
They're pawns. They're
They
Hashem.
don't know about the hateful.
They're Hashem's pawns. Hashem is setting this whole thing up. They're all Hashem's pawns. The pawn doesn't know what he's doing. Right? The general tells the pawn, do so, he does it. Right? He doesn't know why he's doing it. Does the average soldier know why they're doing something? No. They don't understand. They know what their mission is in general, but they don't understand why that's their mission. Do they? The commanders understand. They're commanding, right?
Maybe.
What? Maybe. Well, okay, that's the way. Wait. That's the way it's supposed to be, correct? That's the way it's supposed to be, right? All right. Again, this is all Hashem guiding us so we can do the right thing. He wants to see what we're going to do. He wants to see what we're going to do. You understand? Okay. Next, ayidei bechinas hachilov shenechaz bahem ayidei chet adam harishon. All back to the chet adam harishon. See that? Yossi? Sheikar golus mitzrayim haya b'shvil zeh kayadua. See that, Yossi? You knew that, right? Right? You knew that, Yossi? Kayadua, right? It's well known, right? Because Adam Harishon ate from that tree, and then the Heichal Tamura came about. We had to go down into Mitzrayim and experience the servitude of Egypt, right? And that wasn't easy, right? It was not an easy thing, right? They were killing babies then too, right? Right? Putting babies in the walls, right? Right? Same thing. The story is the same story. It's the same story again. Right? You see it, we're going through now Yetzias Mitzrayim again. Right? We're going through it again right now, right?
It's all started also there with the extreme assimilation.
Yeah.
Once they reached the
Yeah.
point.
We're always on the brink. I mean, whether there's and if you're gonna play God, I'm always gonna be able to get you for something. I can always bring you a little squeeze and a little shtickle Holocaust. You always deserve it. There's always something I can get you on. There's always something that you're not following and doing, living up to your true self.
Right,
And so
okay.
you're always going to need a potch or a crushing. You're always going to need an October 7th. You need a Holocaust. You're always like when have we ever been able to demonstrate that where we are? You're doing what you're supposed to. This is great.
So we learned that a couple of weeks ago in the time of David and Shlomo, right? Melech Shlomo. So we had that.
Oh, sure, you're right.
But Hashem gave it to us.
Yeah.
He gave it to us. The world respected us. All the leaders of the world came to the Beis HaMikdash to bring sacrifices.
Right.
They recognized Shlomo HaMelech as being the true king.
Right.
They recognized that. It was short-lived, I understand. But Hashem gave us that taste. We experienced it. We know what it's supposed to be. We felt it. Right? And we know about it today. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, right. And that's why it's so foolish that they're trying to give us a hard time when I'm bringing carbonos for them
It's right.
on Sukkot.
Right.
It's in their best interest.
Right, we're bringing 70 bulls, right? We bring the 70 bulls on Sukkot for the nations of the world. Right? And the whole thing is Shmini Atzeres is we bring only one because it's only between us and Hashem. Right? Yeah. Okay. Understood?
Yeah, and that's why they attacked us on that day.
Huh? Yeah.
Because we're down to one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. Okay.
I don't know. It's just...
Ki Maisa now, because this Maisa, that with this story, the 11th story of the Ben Hashivcha v'Ben Hamelech Shenechlef, right? That story of the exchanged children. He kaileles kol ha'Torah kulay. Look what it says, Yossi. Look at this. V'chol ha'Torah is kula. Yossi, see what he wrote, right? See what he wrote here? Look what he wrote. Kol ha'Torah kulay. V'chol ha'Torah is kula. What does kula mean? That's all of them.
That's me.
That's you. That's including us here today, right?
What does that translate to?
That story is included in. You can plug that story into every aspect of the Torah, and in every single generation, right? Ki kol ma she'over miyoyim boirei Elikim Adam al Aretz. From what happened from the very first day that Hashem created Adam and placed him on the earth. V'chota v'oichel me'etz hadas tevara. Right? And he made that sin, and he ate from the eitz hadas tevara. Then he was in Gan Eden, right? He was in Gan Eden at that time, right? V'goram his gabris halahat ha'cherev ha'peches. And it caused that Malach standing there with that spinning fiery sword, right? That he can't enter back in. That chamber of exchange. And every single time, in every single generation, you could look through history, Yossi, and you could plug in that story. All of us, we could plug in that story to every single generation and find the same story. Ad shegam bein Yisrael ba'atzman va'afilu bein ha'tamidei chacham ba'atzman natsa machlokes. Until even between the tzaddikim, there's a machlokes between them as well. Not just so blatant on the outside. But now we learned that even the tzaddikim have this problem that they can't get things right together. That's the machlokes that Yosef had with his brothers. V'chein Shol v'David. How about the machlokes of Shol and David? Huh? Shol HaMelech, right? He was chasing after David, right? Such crazy stories, right?
They both were the same Shemayim.
Yes.
The king, you can't do this to me.
Right.
I'm appointed. They both have their MS.
Right. Yeah. Well, we learned about Shol HaMelech, right? And what we learned? We learned the concept of Gaiva and Anova, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And Yossi, I'll just fill you in on this one thing, okay? Shol HaMelech had an advisor. His name was Dayat, right? Shmuel HaNavi charged Shol to go and kill out Agag, Amalek, right? To get Agag, the king. Agag was the king, right? And wipe out all the animals and everything. Don't let anything live. Wipe everything out. Doeg said to Shol, well, all those animals that they have there, they have value. They have value. And they're just animals. Why should we kill the animals? What do they do? Right? The people, okay, I got it. Okay, but the animals? How can I kill? Why should? It'll be good for the coffers of the Malchus, right? We'll amass much more wealth, right? We'll take all the animals. We'll have more wealth. Shaul said, "What may be interesting? It's a good idea. So we'll kill the." But then Shaul says, "But how can I kill King Agag? Who am I to kill King Agag?" He said, "I can't kill him. Who am I to kill him? I'll kill all the other people, but I can't kill the king." Right? He said, "I can't kill the king." So what did the king do? The king was able to use some incantations or something and turn himself into an animal, right? You know that, right? He changed himself into an animal. That's why Shmuel HaNavi told him, kill all the animals. Because Agag, the king, will wind up changing into an animal. So if you kill out all the animals, you'll get him too. Right? What was the problem? There's Anova and Gaiva. Right? Anova and Gaiva. We need both of those things to serve Hashem. You have to have the proper Anova and the proper Gaiva. Right? We call the proper Gaiva today Holy Chutzpah. Right? Have you heard that before? Holy Chutzpah? Okay. Shaul HaMelech could have said that although I don't think I'm worthy to kill King Agag, I don't think I'm worthy, but if Shmuel HaNavi is telling me to do it, that means, and Hashem told Shmuel HaNavi to do it, that means I can do it. And I can have that azaz to Kedusha to do that. I can have that brazenness, that holy brazenness to kill him. I can do it. But because he listened to Doag, so then he used his faulty anava, right? A faulty anava. Humility. Who am I to be able to kill the king? Right? And then we learned the story with Mordechai and Haman, right? Mordechai has again proper gaiva, the kedusha, right? The holy chutzpah, and then he has the anava, humility. So Mordechai is very humble. He's very humble. He wears sackcloth, right? Sackcloth, that's humble, right? When it comes to Haman, what does he do? I'm not going to bow down to you. He has holy chutzpah, right? Right? Let me ask you a question. Who was Haman's grandfather? Agag. His grandfather was Agag, right? The guy that Shaul was supposed to kill. Right? So the whole story of Purim only came about because Shaul didn't kill Agag. Isn't that great? And then Hashem told us that all of the Yom Tovim are going to be nullified, but Purim is going to stay around, right? We're going to have Purim. V'nahapachu, right? What's the idea of v'nahapachu? What the whole idea is the story, right? V'nahapachu, we're going to turn it around. Who the Ben HaMelech is, the prince, who the true prince is, to who the Eved is. That's what happened in this story, right? So Mordechai displayed the proper gaiva and the proper anava. He uses his gaiva to protect his anava. You understand? You use the gaiva to protect your anava. So if someone is serving Hashem, right, and someone comes to challenge him, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? What is this? That use your arrogance to go against that. Protect your anava. You understand? Don't use the gaiva for something wrong. Use it to protect the anava. So the story between Shaul and David, what happened over here? It's the same thing, right? Shaul HaMelech, why was David ever appointed? Only because Shaul didn't do the right thing. Right? David would never have been appointed if Shaul did the right thing. Correct? He was only appointed because Shaul didn't do the right thing. So Hashem said, sorry, you're out. New guy. Because we don't know where the point of emes is. You have to go, I know. You're going to go daven now, right? Yeah. Okay. Ki b'chol dar yesh kama tzadikim amitim, avo yesh emes lemala me'emes. There's always tzaddikim in every generation, but there's a truth on top of the truth. Is the truth of truths. Emes lamitai, right? Ki b'vadei ein madregas kol tzaddikim shavim, because when it comes to tzaddikim, there are unlimited levels. Unlimited levels of tzaddikim. There's a little tzaddik and there's a giant tzaddik, right? And everyone in between. V'chol ma shemadregas hatzadik gadol yoyser ha'emes shaloi. Then as greater the tzaddik is, his truth, which is what he understands about Hashem, right? The tzaddik understands Hashem. So the greater the tzaddik, the more they understand about Hashem. Correct? Gadol umevoirer b'yoser. It's much more clear. He has clearer emunah. Ki ikar hu ha'emes, because the main thing is emes. Ad sheyesh b'chol dar tzadikei amiti. In every generation, there's a tzaddik emes, right? There's a tzaddik emes, tzaddik amiti. Shehu bechinas nekudas emes shebein hatzaddikim. That he is the nekuda emes between the tzaddikim. In other words, he is the greatest tzaddik in every generation. Aval makmas meriras hagolas, but because we're in a bitter golas, right? V'izgabras hasitrach shemizgaber bebechinas hachila fa'asheker shal heicholi hatamuras. And the sitracher, he's always strengthening himself up, right? He's always regrouping and regaining strength, right? And where does it come from? Does the sitracher get that power from? From the heichol hatamura. from that chamber of exchange. It's very hard for us to know where the Nekuda of emes is.
Wait,
Yeah.
does it help us though also, meaning, is this where I can say, even in the darkness, I can find the light?
Yes.
Even in the bad, I can find the good. That's where like the raising spark is, like the Hechat Muros. Like it's all right, you're right, it's not just bad. We could work it for ourselves too.
Yes.
It comes with a plus for me too.
Of course. In other words, when you can reveal Hashem through all of the nonsense and the darkness, you can reveal Hashem. That's why we said it's so important. If you say Tikkun Chatzos, it's so a beautiful thing. Because you're revealing Hashem in the darkest place. Ad al pi roiv habal davar misgora b'tzadikim b'atzman. The Baldavar, the Yetzirah, he attacks the tzadikim. Look what he says, right? He's misgora b'tzadikim. Umachnis b'neiam b'atzam achleikis kol. He makes arguments between them. Ki hu machnis b'leiv shar atzadikim ki'ilu chas v'shalom ze atzadik emes shu b'chinas nekudas emes ki'ilu hu noite chas v'shalom iderech emes. As if this tzaddik went away, he turned away from the truth. Because I have the truth. But it's not true. They're all doing the right thing. Until he comes and he tries to attack. He attacks them, right? He attacks them literally because he thinks he's doing it l'shem shemayim. The same thing we said with the story with the brothers in Yosef, right? They thought they were doing it l'shem shemayim, tzaddikim, 12 tzaddikim, right? And they were arguing together, as we see in many generations, as Shaul went after David HaMelech for naught, for no reason. He had no reason to do that. And their kavanah was l'shem shemayim, right? Ki savu she'ena ish emes maitzi dova. It can't be that an ish emes is going to speak like this and do these things. That's what they said. It can't be. He can't be the ish emes. K'may kein haya b'dayrish shelifneinu b'frat b'dayrish halolu. Big v'siddha Mashiach. Today, right now. שתזכבר השקר מאויד עד שגם בין הצדיקים והכשרים בעצמם נופלו מחלוקת גדול ואין יודעים היכן הנקודת האמת. They don't know where the truth. What is the truth? What do I do? Do I go march? I don't march. Do I do this? I don't. People don't know anymore. We don't know. That's the main thing. We have to daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That he should show us the truth. He should reveal the truth to us. And that's why Chanukah, the whole idea is the emes. Right? The light of the emes. And that's what we have to have in mind when we light the candles. To reveal the truth in the world. Hashem, reveal your truth. Because where does the light come from, Yossi? Where does that light come from? That's the arrogance, right?
Yeah.
The light of Chanukah is the arrogance that came from that place before. They came from that's the light before the hate of the Eitzadas Tevera. That light. That's the real true emes. So those candles are connected to that true emes from the beginning of time. Not now, from then. We have 72 candles, right? Shema Mafayrish. Right? Sheniska Ayadei Mitzvahs Ner Chanukah. We merit this through the Ner Chanukah, Oros HaEmes, the revelation of truth. Send for me your truth. Send for me the light and truth. Sheniskal is karev the Nekudas Emes Tamid, that we should merit to come to the Nekuda Emes always. We should always come and beg Hashem to teach us. Really, Hashem, teach us what the Emes is, because we don't know. Even we see the tzaddikim, they argue between themselves. We don't know what is the truth. So it's upon us to daven to Hashem, to reveal the truth to us. And what's the greatest time to do that? When we light the Chanukah candles. Because we said the Chanukah candles are connected to the truth. Emes, emes v'yatziv, emes, 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 emes. 8 times emes. 8 times emes. Any questions, any comments?
What's the 72 candles?
What?
What's the 72 candles?
Candles we like.
All the candles, if you add them all up, you get to 72. With the Shabbos.
No, with the Shabbos is 48. 40. No, it doesn't get to 72.
Oh. We tried to pull a fast one on you. And you're an accountant, I didn't think you.
72 hours.
Those triangles,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
right? So it's less than 72 there.
You do it's
So how many are there?
It's 9 times 4 is 36, and the Shabbos is another 8, it's 44.
No, but each night, if you keep adding them up.
I see, no, it doesn't.
It's 2 plus.
Yeah, just look at the
3.
box that you buy. You know?
Right?
Yeah,
So there's this
that's 48 in a box, not 72.
44.
44 in a box.
44. Okay, we'll work it up. Tzarech Iyun. Okay.